Yo. It's your main man, E-Vapors, and we're back live again with another show. 2 shows in one night. Who would have thought that? At the 8 o'clock hour, man, we had Jet Fly, man, good brother down there in Miami, man, doing big things, doing great things, man. We had a fun time with him. He dropped some gems, man. He was very, very inspiring as well. And guess what? We got another show for you right now. We got Miss Supersport coming in here with the Monte Carlo. Yeah, the Monte Carlo platform, man. I know y'all got some Monte Carlo lovers out there, and I'm one of them. But let me get my brother back in here, Kasho of Cartalk TV Network, man. Yeah. I think I just hit. Yeah, okay, there we go. We good. We got you in here. We gonna
Yes,
look.
sir.
We got a 2-for-1 special tonight.
Oh yeah, the double header. The double header.
I ain't even had time to do a wardrobe change. I was trying to change clothes. I ain't had time.
I knew you was. I was like, watch E-Vapors come in with something different.
my wife held me up in the dressing room, and I couldn't get my my black Adidas suit on. I was about to throw the black Adidas suit on, change my little clothes piece. But yeah, we got Miss Supersport, man. So I need all my Monte Carlo lovers, man. If you love the Monte Carlo platform, tell a friend that we got the Monte Carlo queen on here. So let's go ahead and send her a request, man. Hey, look, speaking of Monte Carlos, man, I see the real Mr. G Body in here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shaq Diesel in here.
Jay Stroker in here, you know what I'm saying, on that G Body. So let me send the request. There we go. Go live. There we go. We just sent the live request, man. We like to have fun on Cartalk TV, man. We like to drop gems. We like to do all that. We got another one. Miss Supersport, how you doing?
Hey, y'all.
What up, legend? The legend.
I'm about to get somewhere stable. I'm almost to my destination.
Okay. Look.
Driving, but I'm
Yeah.
here.
No, you good. I mean, if you need to click off and come back, you can. Or if you want to stay with us, you can stay with us, man. But you make sure you drive.
We good, because I'm almost to my destination. Just 2 stop signs away.
All right, cool. So first off, I want to thank you for accepting the invitation to Cartalk TV Network, man. You know, we do something. We doing something that's all positive, man. We ain't doing nothing that's sideways, man. We like to have fun. We like to drop some gems, and we love to inspire people, and we love to be inspired. So once I heard about you, being so legendary in the G-Body game, I said, I got to beg her to come on the show. I ain't even had to beg you.
You don't have to beg. This is what I do. I do it for the culture. I do it for the love of cars. That's what I like to do. It's just one of my biggest hobbies since I've been a kid, So if I can inspire other people, especially females, then it's just great to do that. I like to see other females in the car game, and I just wish that the females will come together and do it for the culture, like how the men do it for the culture.
Now, for sure, man. I love that. I love to see people that are builders, and you definitely are a builder of people, a builder of the community, because everything you just said was community and people related. Like, hey, let's come together. You want the ladies to get together, you know what I'm saying? You want everybody to get together. And now I'm partial to the G-Body platform, man. I'm working with ARC Motorsports in Clinton, Maryland, and we putting together, a top secret G14 classified, special project, But I'm sure, I know for a fact, I got a dozen questions I want to ask you on the back line when it comes to the G-Body platform, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Yeah. So how did you get into cars?
Well, I've been in the car since I was a child. Like, I always have been different, when it was uncool for a girl to have a fixed-up car, or, they try to discredit me because I had a fixed-up car and say little stuff like, the use to take away from the fact that I'm a female doing this, a straight female. They would always try to say, guys were like, oh, she gay, she like women, this and third. They try to put me in another category. But I wasn't doing it for competition. They was looking at me for competition. So they would say that to try to put me over with like I'm a man, but you know,
Yeah.
clearly I'm a straight woman. You know, I've never been with another woman. So, you know, I didn't care what they said. I was not gonna let that stop me from doing what I love, and that's just what it was during the time where girls wasn't really fixing up cars. Like I've been doing this since I was like a teenager, you know, and still in the game doing it, you know.
Yeah, and I was actually going to ask you that, like, you know, when you first jumped in the game, you know, how was it perceived when you start building your cars? Like, did they love you? Did they greet you with open arms? But sounds like, you
Some,
know, it was kind of mixed feelings.
some people did, but then you know you had some guys that because see, I look at it, we all got to start somewhere, you know. My car didn't always look like how it was messed up. My third SS, so it didn't start out on the level. I started out with a stock 305 Vortec, a 700 transmission, and a 7.5 rear end. That's how I started. You know, so when people see me now, they don't know where I come from. That's why I respect everybody's bill, and I tell all my friends like, you have to start somewhere. I didn't start at the top. I started getting it out the mud. You know, working 2 jobs, grinding, hustling, doing my car, you know, and that building on it. So it's built from the ground up. The rear end done, the transmission done, the motor done. There's no cheap parts like in the motor, transmission, rear end, in which I can't say too much without giving them the sauce, because some people they'll try to be around me for the sauce, you know, and we build cars. I have a team to build cars. So I can't tell them what to do and then they go spend their money with somebody else, because this is a business too, you know. But yeah, like in the game, I started out, like I said, stop riding with my friends and we just enjoying what we do. And Mandrell at Shut Up and Race, he hit me up. He was like, you know, I seen your car at my track and I want you to come down here again. I'm inviting you. So I was like, okay. And that's kind of like what, once I went that track, that one time I stopped motor, I knew then I'm like, I gotta keep going. I gotta go bigger. I gotta go bigger. And it was like a drug addiction. You know, it was like I became addicted to it. So, and then next thing I know, I'm spending money. But I always try to tell people this: if I can save somebody, because I wasn't initially saved. You know, I got jerked around and ripped off in the beginning by people that I thought was cool. So what I try to do when I tell people something, if you don't listen and you don't take in the information and the jewels that we're dropping, and you go get screwed over, don't come to me. And I let them know, I'm like, hey, look, this is what happened to me. Don't go this route. Don't do this. I'm telling you the outcome. Because I just put this much out here to the public. 400 blocks are trash. I tell people, look, don't do a 400 block stop block. Is trash. If you go ahead and do it after I told you not to, don't come to us. If I tell you certain people, the experience that I had with them, if I tell you it wasn't a good experience and you go over there and you get screwed over, like, hey, I told you. You know, I'm one of them type of people. If it's somebody that I know just authentic and honest, and you tell me, hey, Miss Supersport, you know, I don't think you need to go deal with this person. This is the experience I had. I don't have to touch the stove to know it's hot. See, you touch the stove for me. That's good enough, you know. But what I have a problem with in this day and time, I got to put this out there for you guys. I got to say this. I'm glad we getting viewers on because I want them to hear this. It is very hard to find, first of all, an authentic friend that don't want nothing from you, that want to see you do good, that's not in competition with you, don't care if your car is better than theirs or not. Like friendship first over the cars. You have to have a good heart. Everybody don't have that. Second of all, it's hard to find a good mechanic, a good technician to work on your car. It's very, very hard to find that. It's like finding a needle in a haystack in this day and age, because it just seems like people so money hungry, they don't care about doing quality work. They'll throw your shit together and
Send you out though. Third, it's hard to find a good paint man. Those things is hard to find. And I'm hearing now it's hard to find interior man. So the G-Body game is so stressful at this point. I almost feel like sometimes, like this probably my last G-Body that y'all see. Because it's harder to find people to do good work now. It's like everybody is just out just for the money and not for the love of cars. It used to be a point where when people worked on cars, they did their best work because they love to hear like, hey, Jay did my car and man, he did a good job. And Jay was like, yeah, I did that. You know, they would take pride in their work. That's hard to find these days.
Wow.
Man, you dropped a lot of gems, man. That quick list. Genuine friend, genuine friendship, hard to find. Need to establish them. Hard to find a good mechanic that you can trust, rock with, do business with. And it's hard to have that solid paint crew, paint shop. It seems like you need all those things. So I mean, how have you been managing to get by over these years?
Oh Lord. See,
oh man.
It's been hard. I can't lie because I went through a lot of stuff I don't put out there publicly because people they'll see the star is shining, but they don't see what it took to get there. Perfect example, you know, my car was one of the feature cars on the turntable at Summit in
I seen it.
January.
I seen it. I'm like,
Major.
I Summit on the turntable now. I want to get in there.
You gotta be Miss Supersport, bro.
It was when I tell you when I was selected, it was like, first of all, it was like a historic moment for me because a black female G-Body. Never been done. And it just, my friend Cedric, who's standing right here, he made all that happen. Matter of fact, you know, they say give people your flowers while they're alive. He has stood behind me. He's been like a blessing to, he's my right hand. Like working on the car, anything the car need, when he put his hands on it, he did it. He made the arrangements for my car to go on the turntable. When I was walking around in Summit and the guy was like, when your car to go on turntable, you want your hood open? I was like, closed. You know, not knowing that this was going to happen. So when I got the phone call, you know, because he drives trucks and I'm on the road with him, he plugged me in with the CDL. So he helped me go through school, helped train me. So that's how I acquired my commercial driver's license, which I have the hazmat and the tanker because he put me on the right path. See, those are the kind of friends that you got that people need, friends that elevate you. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why I have to be careful of who I let in my circle, who I befriend, because a lot of people, they'll use you if you're a good person. You have to be careful. So a lot of people sometimes think that I'm mean because I'm a little standoffish. It's not that. It's just, you know, you have to protect your energy, so to speak. But when I got on the turntable, that was just like he hooked that up. And that was like something major because I knew it was for the car culture, you know. And I would like to see other cars on the turntable, preferably cars with rims now, you know, because the white guy, Will Frazier, had his donk up there. And so he was the first donk on the Summit turntable. But I think he had some issues or whatever, and they pulled him off, you know. So in the car culture, I'm like the only person that everybody know, you know, that can say, hey, my homegirl, hey, I'll come there. And that was a great feeling. I can't lie, it was a great feeling. Like, for everybody to hit me up like, oh, I saw your car. I'm like, oh my God. You know, I'm shy.
Yeah.
Oh God. It was just like, but my friend, he made it happen. He's been a major player, you know. And we finna open up a shop. And he's like I said, I can't say enough good stuff about the guy. He's been a major player. He's been my number one supporter. And to get that car on that turntable, we went through pure hell because we was trying to get it cleaned up. We was trying to paint pieces and clean the wheels, and we didn't get no sleep. So when people saw it on there, they didn't see the headache that came behind it, the restless nights, the being tired, the him having to go to work and him not going to work, and like, we got to get this car, and then dealing with his own personal issues that he was going through at the time. He was like, you know what? I don't care what I'm going through personally. You know, we finna get this car, that we're not gonna let this stop. And he didn't let it stop nothing, and we made it happen. So I was glad to see that, and I want to see another. I want to see another female on the turntable. You know, we got
That's in Atlanta, right?
yes, McDonough, Georgia, which is like
McDonald.
Atlanta. How many miles is it from Atlanta? About 30, but 30? It's 30. About 30. It's about 30 miles.
Gotcha. Look, hey, Miss Supersport, I was just in y'all state at the Rick Ross car show, man. So look, I got nothing but love for Georgia at this point. I love Georgia now. I'm going back every year. Every year I'm going back.
Well, we'll definitely be there next year. And believe it or not, we was actually going this year, but my friend had some other stuff going on, and we just couldn't make it. But we definitely going next year. You know, especially it's great to network with other people too. So it would have been a great opportunity for me to network with some more of the people, the G bodies, and you know, and I'm glad we having this show because I want to put this out there that I'm gonna get with some of the other females that's in the car game, and hopefully next month I'm going to try to do a barbecue just for all of the females, like a female barbecue. You know, because I just feel like the females don't get the love that the men get. It's almost like they kind of devalue it. We're not in competition with the guys. You feel me? And I think a lot of guys look at it as, okay, she's the competitor, but I'm not the competitor. I'm your compadre. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to look at me like, that's sis. Come on over here, sis, with your car. She got to clean. Because I can give credit to other people with no problem. I'm not jealous of nobody's car. I like to see everybody do good. Like how them Florida people came up here with their cars. They stuck together. They had nice cars. They came up with their top, and them cars nice. You know, they are very nice. That's how we should be when we go out. It should be, okay, come on, my homegirl got a nice car, Nisi. Come on, let's ride with us. Let's all of us ride. And see, that's what I don't like, that people don't stick together. Don't be a crab in a bucket. We got to stick together. We stick together, you know, united we stand, divided we fall. That's a true statement. And I'm all for that, but I can't be like that by myself without participants, you know.
Nah, that's real stuff right there, man. I tell you, my wife went to her first race event at the track in April. Matter of fact, on her birthday, right? So I was only able to go to Dallas
When your wife's birthday?
April 9th.
Oh, she Avery's. April 17th.
April 17th. Yeah, so we flew to Dallas. So we got to see, you know, all kind of racing, and she fell in love with it because of the female drivers. It was plenty of dudes racing, but when she saw the females winning races, and then the females was beating the dudes, you
That
in trouble.
motivated her.
So my wife was like, "Hey, I love it." She was like, "Man, you know, she can't wait to go to the next one." And then she was even like, "Look, she wanted we have a Tesla. She wanted to put the Tesla on the track."
Well, yeah, look, that's what you should do. Like, let her take that down the track. That's how you kind of start out. Just taking a stock car down the track. Like I told you, when my first SS was stopped and we took it down the track, that's how it starts.
Yeah. Yeah. So man, so it's important that we have women, you know, to the front. You know what I'm saying? I'm a girl dad. You know what I'm saying? My partner right here is a girl dad. So, you know, I can be a hero to a certain degree, but guess what I can't be? I can't be a female hero. I can't. I can't. I can do a lot of things, but I can't be that. So I need women like yourself and other female racers, female entrepreneurs that are doing great things in the world, man. To my daughters can look up to y'all. So I'm excited to have you on the show. You know, again, you know, because you're a female out here in a male dominated lane. You know, to be honest, but you holding your own. I mean, when I started asking people about you, I'm like, why am I just finding out about you? And I love the Monte Carlo platform, right? So I've been doing research for like almost 2 years on the Monte Carlo. But why am I just finding out who you are, but yet everybody else know who you are?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because like I was telling KP and the other girls, like a lot of stuff that they were doing, I wasn't able to participate because I was in school. I was in truck driving school, and it's been like a 2-year ongoing thing. Like the first time I applied, I was in the truck driving school. The COVID hit, I had to stop going. You know, the COVID shut the state down.
Yeah.
I go back to school. I had this teacher who was just he was not his delivery wasn't the best. Let's just say that. So I kind of like was like, you know, forget it, and I just got back on the road with my friend, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna learn from you. I don't want to go back to this school. So one day we're in the truck, and my friend, he was like, look, you going back to this school? I'm like, no, I'm cool with it. He's like, you going back to school? You going back to school? I don't care who you have going to the bus. You didn't get a fair chance. You going back to school? So I went back to school, had a different teacher, got it. So that's why now I'm able to kind of, because that part is behind me. You know, I'm finished with the school. And whenever we're not on the road, when I'm not on the road with him, then we can jump in the car, we can do some stuff. But truck driving, you know, that's where the money is. So I kind of was trying to set everything in place with the truck driving. So now that that's done, you know, and we got a truck. So now that that's done, it's kind of like that give me a little breather. So now I can kind of move around a little bit more. Oh, thank you. You know, these comments. I'm sorry if I'm just talking, y'all. I'm missing the comments.
No, you good. No, we got you. We got you. I try to pin a comment or two on there when I get a chance, but it makes sense now because if you hadn't really been overly active on social media over the last 2 years, I probably wouldn't have seen you if you're not posting all the time. But literally, soon as I heard about you, and I hit up a couple of my Monte Carlo folk. They was, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, so y'all holding out on me. So y'all didn't want to tell me about her. So maybe y'all don't want my build to be spectacular. Y'all keeping her in the back pocket. But now I got a direct line to you. So I'm gonna hit you on the back line and ask you a few questions.
Hey, look, Miss Supersport, definitely we want to give you your flowers. You're an OG in the game. You know, up here in Baltimore, me and my crew back in probably between 05 to probably 07, we started looking at what y'all was doing down south. And where I found out about you was on MJ CDs, the Stunt World.
Stunt World.
Yeah. And I was like,
ATL Unplugged. Did you see that one?
What was it?
ATL Unplugged. That was the intro.
No, I don't think we've seen that one. I don't think I've seen that one. I might have. I'm not 100% sure. But, you know, we was like, oh, snap. It's a female in the game in Atlanta killing it. Man, that's crazy. We got to step our game up here. So, you know, just taking it back to those days of your early builds. Can you talk a little bit about, you know, the car scene then compared to how it is now? And I see you be dropping little throwbacks. I see you had either the 24s or 22s with the plates on the Monte Carlo. Give us a little bit of history.
Well, the one I have now is my third Monte Carlo. But back then, compared to the car scene now, I can honestly say it was way more togetherness. It was everybody could go out and ride and have fun. It was less hating. Like people now, I hear people just trying to critique everybody's car. Oh, he didn't do this, or this person ain't on rims, or this. Well, look, I always tell people, hey, that person has their car the way they want their car.
Yeah.
don't like the way this person had their car, then you go buy it for them. Don't tell people how to spend their money. Because people, like some people, build their cars differently. Like, I'm going to give you an example. I feel like the paint should be the last thing you do. Because putting in motors, you get your paint scratched up. So, I do, in my mind, it's just an order that you go by. I feel like also you have to respect other people's cars. Their cars are the way they want it. If some people not able, some people just starting out, back then, they weren't judged like that. Everybody rode together. It didn't matter if they didn't have no paint. It could be a regular car with just beat in it. Hey, when it's time to ride, let's have fun. Because it was more about friendship, and it was more about enjoying each other's companies over the cars. Now everybody has turned it into like a competition against like your friends, or a competition against this person or that. Like, look, just enjoy each other, because like I always say, without the person, there's no car.
Yeah.
So you be a friend first. And then even if you don't like somebody for whatever reason, still be respectful. If somebody out together, speak, hey, how you doing? And just keep it moving. It ain't no need for all the side eyes. Oh, I don't like this person. I don't like, because a lot of people don't like other people because of the internet. Some you see, they might post on the internet. Get to know the people. Don't dislike somebody because they put up a meme. Oh, I don't like that meme. Oh, I don't like that person. Think they all that. Like, you don't know the person. Talk to a person first. See where they head at, and then form your opinion. So, I think too, the internet wasn't just popping like how it is now. See,
Yeah.
a lot of people getting their feelings over this internet, and like I said, they don't know the person, versus everybody used to just get together, and it was more face to face, one on one, getting to meet people, getting to know them, versus, oh, this person might have this on, oh, I don't like them because they look like this. There, like, grow up, like, get to know people, because you never know who can help you. You never know who you can form a business opportunity with. You mature. It's a lot of people that's very immature for their age, and they need to catch up with their age and grow up. Get your feelings off the internet, and get to know people.
That's a very good point. I never really thought about that, because back in the days, obviously, the forums, everybody had the car forums that we was on. And yeah, people crack a little jokes here and there, but you're right. It wasn't really too much of judging until like the MySpace, the Facebook, the IG. I never really thought about that. So now people can prejudge you before they actually meet you.
And they already have their own opinion formed before they get to know you. Like, get to know a person, Because I'm going to tell you, I'm a cool girl, I can get along with anybody. And I can be in a space with anybody. You have to have done something to me personally for me to feel like, okay, you know what? And still then, if I'm out, you speak to me, I'm going to speak to you. I just know to stay in my lane, But I just feel like there's no reason why everybody shouldn't come together with the G-bodies and enjoy each other's project, It don't matter if you're on wheels, if it don't matter if you're off wheels, it don't matter if you got paint, it don't matter if you got paint. Like I keep saying, we all had to start somewhere. Don't look at people and get hate for them because they where yours going to be. Look at it as motivation. That's how I used to look at people. When I was riding around in my box Chevys and other people had their box Chevy, and I was riding with a prime down box Chevy. Some people remember that when my box Chevy was prime down and the guys, they cars was raining. I would look at them for motivation. I'm like, one day my car gonna be fine. That's how I looked at it. But guess what? They accepted me. We all rode. We had fun. I'm sitting on my rallies, and I got my wheels. I still didn't have no paint, and they had they paint, and they were swerving. I was swerving too, and it wasn't no hate. It was fun. It was fun. Everybody just fit in. It was fun. It wasn't no judging. It was fun, and we need that back.
Well, I tell you what, I'm super excited about taking delivery of my 83 Monte Carlo, man. I can't wait to slide with some of the boys up there in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? So when my G body folk at in Maryland, DC, DMV area, man, I need y'all to come out, man, when I go pick the joint up. So and I already know I got to slide down to Georgia, you know what I'm saying, with the Monte Carlo,
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
So if you saw like last year and the previous year, I had a G body cookout, and all the G bodies came together, and that was very enjoyable. So we're gonna do it again this year, and hopefully, if your car is together, we would love to have you down to participate and enjoy some food and network and meet some people with the G bodies.
Oh, I'm with it. I'm gonna have the biggest smile on my face because like this is like a childhood dream car for me. When I was young, it was this guy. He had, I want to say it probably was an 83 black Monte Carlo, and they used to street race down in the country. They would start at the railroad tracks and shoot past my grandma's house about the finish line. And he used to race his Mustang. He used to wear his Mustang out, man. So I was like, boy, I gotta get that car. I gotta get me a black one. You know what I'm saying? So I fell in love with the G body platform, man. As a little kid, just watching them street race down in the country, man. So, what made you kind of fall in love with the G body platform per se?
Man, just some of the legendary racers that I grew up watching, like Deke, Hot Rod, Junior Gray, the dudes that used to race in the hole up here, and just watching it and the sound of the motors and going to the track with them. I was like watching Sam Jones, the dad Sam, lift his car up in the ground off the ground, Ryan, and then like people in our neighborhood. I was in the box Chevys, but I was like, I want a Monte Carlo. And actually, how I end up getting into the SS is like I said, I was box Chevy, box Chevy, box Chevy. But I was like, you know what? I want a luxury sport. So I was initially looking for a luxury sport, and couldn't really find one. So Stephanie, do you know Stephanie ATL? Her husband, he had a black Monte Carlo. I tried to buy his, he ain't want to sell it. I'm like, oh, I want me a Monte Carlo. I want a Monte Carlo because I couldn't find a lunch driver. I take an SS. So dude named Rod, Country Rod, he had a built Monte Carlo 383. It was burgundy. And he's like, I heard you looking for an SS. I'm like, yeah. He said, I got one. I said, oh, well, you can come out. I'll look at it or whatever. So he pulled up, he turned the corner, and he nailed it. And that car fishtailed all the way up my street. I said, oh, I want it. That did it. I'm like, I want it. And so ever since then, I'm like, yeah, I can't ride in nothing slow except like this Acura I'm in, but my G body is got it, and that just did it. Came from the box Chevy to the G bodies. Black is my favorite color, so it had to be black.
Yeah, like I said, that when I was a little kid, he was a killer, boy. That black joint come through there, man. You already know, man. You might as well move on out of the way, man. I know it's a lot of other platforms that people love, man, but that was the first platform that, as a kid, that I fell in love with. Outside of the Lamborghinis and all that, those kind of childhood cars. But in real life, I got to see, that G body in our town, man. So definitely fell in love with it, man.
When I wanted a donk. They didn't call them donks then. It was like Caprice Classics. Like my grandmother's sister friend's husband pulled up in one, and I was like, oh man, I want one of them. I want one. And it was black, and he always kept it clean. So I think that's where my love of the color black, because black is just that muscle car look. It's that bad look, like say hello to the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to have it. So all my muscle cars gonna be black.
Yeah, I got a question for you. I got to ask the infamous question, because I don't know if you started out with the box Chevy, but what was your first car, like your first actual car that you had?
It was a '81 Impala, which is like a the box Chevy. I had a
Oh,
'81 Impala. I had a '77 Caprice. I had a '79 Caprice. I had '86 Caprice. Like those were they were like B. This on here. B is so cool. Oh, this on here. Like
Yeah.
in my neighborhood, like all us rode together. We all had like box Chevys, and that was my thing. Like I never think that I would like nothing better than the box Chevy. And we had fun. And they used and it was we were all friends, so we could joke with each other and motivate each other. Like they all had sunroofs in their cars, right? And my box Chevy didn't. So what they would do, they'll line up. They're like, "Hey, come outside for a minute." I come outside, stand in my yard. They'll come down my street, roof open, got a sign out, standing out the roof, talking something, "Bet you can't do this. Bet you can't do this." And it wasn't no hate. It was like it was funny, because we could all laugh and joke with each other. And they were like, "Girl, you gonna throw a roof in that thing?" I'm like, "Y'all gonna we gonna make you get a roof." And I got a roof, and we just used to have fun, man. And we need that back. Cause we don't have that. Like people don't do that now. You get they think they all that. Who they think they is? I'm like, oh God, man. We need to get back to having fun, bringing fun back into the game. And it just seems. I hope it's not a thing of the past. I'm hoping it's something can be rekindled.
yeah, I heard a lot of people saying that at the Raw show. Like, man, you got all these people from this city, that city, down south, up north, and it wasn't really no hate, and people was like shocked, like why don't this happen in my city?
Yeah. It
I
was
gotta come out of town with some out of towners, but everybody's showing love.
everybody was showing love and to every platform. You know what I mean? Like I don't have an old school car currently, you know what I'm saying? So I'm down there with a 2022 Corvette. And Rick Ross was riding by and he was like, "Hey, that joint clean." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm all stock. You know what I'm saying? I did a couple things to it, but it's like, man, folk just showing love to any and every car. It was four wheelers out there. It was farm equipment out there. You know what I mean? Like it was everything you could think of out there, man. And everything wasn't pristine, but it was theirs. If it was yours and you was there, it was like, okay, all right. Hey, I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's something different. I never felt like anybody was judging anybody. It was a car show to be judged. Yes, it was. But you never felt like this car is better than that car. You never felt that.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying too.
That's
Uh,
how it should be. It should stay like that, because I noticed when you go to some of these other car shows that are different cultures, where you see not the big wheels, but you see they like stock, and it's never really judged. People may walk over like, "Hey, nice car," or "What you got in there?" "Oh, I like that. Yeah, mine's over here." And you hear the history and you mingle and you get to know people. And hey, you're coming to another show. Oh, it's nice to meet you. That's how we should be. That's really how we should be. Everybody needs to come together and enjoy each other's bill and respect each other. And I think that's what it boils down to, respect. You got to first have respect as a person before you can respect anything else. You got to
Yeah.
be able to, you know.
And
yeah,
I did want to just as we're getting kind of close to the time, I did want to ask you a question that I love to ask everybody that comes on here. With so many things going on, you mentioned in trucking, and you mentioned how I guess stressful it can be with a G body platform. I mean, how do you manage to balance family, work, and having fun with the G body platform?
Well, you have to have fun in whatever you do. Whatever I do, I try to find enjoyment in it. Even if I work, I try to have enjoyment in it. Like, okay, hey, let me find. Okay, I try to find enjoyment in everything I do. But what we try to do is on the weekend, we try to make sure that if we work during the week, during the weekend, we try to set that aside for fun. So that's when all my friends and us, we try to link up, pull our cards out, and have fun. Because you got to integrate fun in there somewhere.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Sometimes through the week, if I can, my little girl at school, and I might pull the SS out and rumble on up there to her school and pick her up. My little girl is not into cars like how I am, but it's just something about when I come up there in that car to her school, she be like, yeah, that's my mom. And everybody looking, she walk out all proud. So that made me feel good too. So hopefully I can pull her on into the G-Body land as enthusiastic as I am about it. But I don't know. Right now, she's not that enthused about it. She wants like a Hellcat or a Jaguar or a Cadillac or something like that. She into the new cars.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. Hey, look, so we got a segment, that we call the random five that my partner Kasha O'Reilly, he's gonna ask you 5 random questions. Now you got to be quick on your feet. Now you can't be thinking over there too long, or if you think long, you think wrong. So we need you to answer these 5 questions. Now, before we ask these questions, we already did a police check, we did an FBI background check, we did a credit check, we did all the checks. So these questions are gonna be real tough. Are you ready?
They get it.
All right, let's get it. Random 5. First question. Dream car.
Lamborghini.
Like that. What's your favorite restaurant?
TGI Fridays.
Fridays, okay.
So
Your favorite destination place you like to visit?
Florida.
What keeps you going every day?
Money.
Gotta make the money. All right, and question number 5. How do you want your legacy to be remembered?
Motivational.
That's a great way to put it. Great way to put it.
well,
Look, random 5. I got a follow-up question for you. Was there any females in the game before you that inspired you at all?
No, I was always inspired by guys.
Was it any, like when you first jumped in, was it any females at all in the game? Like, in your circle around your area, or were you like the pioneer for the females?
The only other female that had a nice fixed up car was Heather. She was out. She had a Cutlass with wheels on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But mainly, it sounds like you was, mainly.
If you're talking about in the racing scene, it was just the guys. Because
Okay.
I really, I don't have a lot of female friends. Most of my friends are guys, because a lot of women that I've been around, not saying now because, I'm kind of doing my thing, but a lot of women that I've been around wasn't in it authentically like how I was in it. A lot of women were in it for attention and for the men's attention, and I wasn't in it for the attention. I was in it for the true love of my car, nothing else.
Yeah, I do have one last question, because man, I could talk to you all night, and man, I'm just excited about the G-Body platform. I'm excited to meet you, and I was reading some of the comments. Folk been like, "Hey man, she's legendary. Hey, she been doing this thing. Hey, she's super solid." Like all the comments are like, "Why didn't y'all tell me about her?" But with that being said, do you have multiple moments to where you might be at a gas station or somewhere, and the little kids, ask you to rev the car, or look at the car? I look at those as like role model moments. It's like whether we want to be role models or not, when we ride around these cars, it seems like you kind of thrust it into that. Do you ever look at yourself as a role model?
I do, and I have to. That's why I have to. What did the old people, my grandma used to call it? You have to walk lightly, watch what you say, watch what you do, because people looking up to you. So I always think about that. I always think about that. I try to make good decisions. I try not to move wrong, because you never know who you might affect. That's why I try to watch what I say, because I don't want stuff to come out the wrong way. I don't want to offend nobody when it wasn't meant to be that way, you know. So yeah, I mean, and when I get the love from a lot of people and I see it, it's like, oh wow, these people, like, if I can inspire somebody, and when they say, you know, I did this because of you or you inspired me, y'all just don't know how that make me feel. Like, I be wanting to tear up, like, oh my God, like, little old me, like, just doing something I love that inspires you. And I like it, especially, I really like it. It's dudes tell me that all the time. But when other females tell me, you know, I do this, I'm inspired by you. You know, you made me want to get in the game because I seen you in the game, and you like Stephanie, like she been in the game too. That's B's wife, you know.
Okay.
And we go way back. And she always say I've had a Monte Carlo, you know, but now she got one that's real nice, you know, that she put together. And it's a good feeling when you got other females to say, hey, like the old people say, you give somebody their roses while they're alive, you know. And I'm glad to hear all this while I'm alive, because if I die, I don't know, you know. And that's what keep me going, you know. Y'all keep me going. You just don't know, like, when it's times I want to give up and be like, hey, forget it. And then I think about all the people that look at me, and I'm like, you know, I got to keep going. And that's what to be honest, that's what motivated me a lot on not to give up on a lot of stuff that I just wanted to give up on, is doing it for everybody, trying to if my footprint can bring people together and, like, you know what, yeah, we doing this because Miss Supersport, that, but y'all don't know how that made me feel. Like, for real, that made me feel like I can't put in the words.
Hey man, y'all drop them flowers in the chat, man. We giving Miss Supersport her flowers tonight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Hey, you deserve it. Like, I'm seeing the comments. I'm like, I've never seen so many comments in one interview session that was like,
not
hey, she's this,
first.
she's
It's
that.
first.
Yo, she's inspirational. Yo, she an icon. Yo, she a legend. Bro, like, I've never seen that on one show that we've had. So I mean, I salute you, ma'am, and I just can't wait to learn more about you and tap into your program.
And see, that's why I was saying I want, like, all of us females, like, I thank you for having me on the show. And but it's other females out there too that you probably should interview. You know, and I feel like females, all of us as a whole, we do not get love that the men get. Like Heather been out here for a long time, Stephanie out here, you know, and it's just like, I guess because people probably look at us as a competition, but we don't want to be looking at as competition. Like I said, look at us as your compadre. We're not competing with nobody. We just doing what we love, you know. And we just so happen to be. And I know that it's kind of hard for some guys to accept that, you know, these females with running cars, they got nice cars. And I know it's extra hard for me because, you know, up under my hood, that beast up under there, he ain't no joke, you know. and and sometimes they might look at it like I'm competition, but I'm not, you know. I'm not trying to compete with you. I'm not trying to race you or call you out and all that. I'm just trying to let's just get together and let's just enjoy what we got going on. Let's team up. Let's be cool. There you go.
Yeah, man, this has been great, man. I just want to again say thank you for coming on the platform. I appreciate you. I salute you. You know, I'm looking up to you in the G Body game. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. And I look forward to you know, you meeting the family, my wife, my two daughters, that maybe at an event of yours one day. I'm just looking forward to just learning more about you and sharing that with my wife and my daughters and stuff. So, you know, they got a new hero tonight to add to, you know, the short list of heroes that they have, and we want to grow that list of beautiful Black women, you know what I'm saying, to represent the culture in a positive way. So I salute you, Queen, and I'm gonna let my brother close the show out.
Yep. I'm gonna close it out. But did you got any last words, Miss Supersport? Any last words for anybody out here that's either want to get in the game, male or, you know, especially females?
I just want them just to keep going, like KP putting her car together, Stephanie car together. Tiffany, Sasha Letty, they want Coco, the other KP, the girl that's racing her car. Like all the ones I think of on top of my head. If I forgot y'all, some people charge it to my head, not my heart. Like I see y'all, I like what y'all doing. Do it for the love of the game. Don't worry about what nobody else think. Ignore the haters and do you, because if you focus on what they say, you ain't gonna get nowhere. Just do what make you happy. You only got one life to live. Live it.
There you have it. There you have it. Look, I want to say, look, big salute to you. I've been watching you since 06, 07. You put a couple of my guys, including me, on beat, how to get our swag together all the way up in Maryland. So look, to have this conversation come full circle to somebody who we was watching on DVDs way back in the day, man. Look, I just want to say, thank you for coming on the show as well. That means a lot to me, So look, we appreciate everybody for tapping in. Go ahead.
Very humbling experience. This has just been great. You guys made my night.
Hey, we appreciate you coming through, because again, time is precious. That's all we have in this world, is a limited amount of time. So we thank you for sharing your time with us. Real talk. And we'll definitely all be staying in contact with each other for sure.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all been watching Cartalk TV with Carl Shorell and E Vapors. We appreciate y'all tonight tuning in, especially if you tuned into the double header. Look, this is Carl Shorell signing off, Miss Supersport signing off, E Vapors signing off, and as I always say, stay positive, stay motivated. Salute.
Salute.